So this was our first meal out of the Skyrim Elder Scrolls Cookbook, which was the festival, what is it, hand pies. And right off the bat, I wanted to go ahead and share my initial thoughts of the taste. It's different, but I liked it. It's the best way I can put it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So my first take on it is I couldn't get used to the taste. Now I feel since I made it that I'm probably messed up with the mortar and pestle, like totally the beginning of the whole day's worth of getting ready for this. I actually had to start out with the seasoning first. So since I had to do that, I had to blend all these spices together to make the Stormcloak seasoning. And I used the wrong type of mortar and pestle. It was really holy. It had a lot of crevices, that would just take most of the first few ingredients that I put together. So I think that took away I think that's where it all started, at least for me.
Like the taste, because we also don't know if it's the true taste, because we don't have the actual seasoning, like the paradise, what is it called?
Grains of Paradise.
Grains of Paradise, and then there's another one.
Super expensive.
Wasn't there another one that was like super expensive? Just that one?
That one is the only one that I had to, to fake it for this one. Now I am gonna have to fake it for another seasoning, but that's for a different day. But for this one, it's the Grains of Paradise, and it's only in Africa that they import it from.
We tried Amazon, and for like just a couple of ounces, it was what, 20 something?
20, yeah. It was
$20,
only for like
$30.
2 ounces.
Yeah, and this requires a lot, and a lot. The seasoning, Grains of Paradise, you do use it in a lot of different recipes. So we tried the cheaper alternative route, and so we can't 100% comment on the taste authenticity because we
had
use an alternative. Yeah. So I don't know. This will be a pending review on the festival hand pies.
But I mean, they themselves here in this cookbook tells you that Grains of Paradise are imported, and if the cost is too dear, ordinary black pepper can be substituted. So I looked for that substitute, and I made that first, and then made it with this. So I mean,
maybe one
we
day
got it as close as we could.
Yes. And so now really, so you couldn't even, you had like a half of a pie?
Yeah, I only had half of a pie. I think for me, I cooked it and I smelled it all day, and I just couldn't get over that. And I mean, I tried it, it was good. It's just something to get used to.
Yeah. I think one thing too, I could have eaten more of it because we had, how many did we end up with?
12, 13 of them.
And I could only eat 1.5 in total. Like when I look at it, I can't even, it's not even that, but it's just like, I can't even eat anymore. And I think the thing is, like, if you're with that constant smell all day, for me, it like stayed on me, and then I ended up getting grossed out by the end of the day. Like I couldn't really eat it or enjoy it because I just had that constant smell of the cooking process. So I would suggest maybe like, I don't know, hiring a cook and then having them do it, and then you enjoy it. What's the end? Or take a shower, kind of make sure clean out, air out, and then eat it. Make sure that smell isn't in your face all the time, because it is a strong, different kind of smell that what we're used to. But as far as all the cooking, I mean, she did 99% of it. I just recorded. I was just there. So I don't know if you have any like suggestions for anyone who's gonna want to do this recipe.
Definitely helps to have a helper. They helped, my sister and my son both helped me with at least cutting out the dough, having someone roll it while you're making the actual meat and getting everything together. So that really helped. So if you have access to a little helper or a medium helper, definitely take advantage of that, because this took me all day. And I mean, they do tell you the level of how hard something is.
6 bars?
Yeah, I think this is about 6. It's half of the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
So, big project. Just make sure you have enough time to do all that.
Which I think in the end, overall, this being the first recipe that we chose from this entire cookbook, I mean, I think it turned out damn well. I mean, for being the first one, definitely, hands down. It definitely helps with, I'll cut back into the dough. The first time we rolled it out, it was really crumbly and just very odd shaped. So one of my tips, because I was the one that helped with the dough at that point, is mix it up again. If it comes out really crumbly and just you can't get it in a nice circle shape, the best thing is roll it all back up, dough it back, and then start again. Because then the second time around, it actually was able to fold out a lot easier. So that's one tip.
Get
if
a
it
better
comes
spread.
out.
Yeah. So I initially wanted to buy this off of the Bethesda website, like official website, yes. And but they were selling it for $35, and I'm really short on cash right now. So I just kept an eye on it, and for some reason I just looked it up on Amazon. I was like, maybe they have it too, and I can pre-order it, and I have a credit on there, so I can just do it. And I found out that it was actually a lot cheaper. I only got it for $20, if that.
22,
Yeah, somewhere around there, 22.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. I mean, I still would have paid the $35 because this is extensive, and it's just it just kind of brings you into the game. You know, like you remember yourself going out there and cooking these things, baking these things in your house. And to actually do it and taste it, it's a cool experience.
Oh yeah, I have to say, like, overall, I'm not a cook at all, but this was amazing. I'm really, really glad that she bought this, and we can now, I don't know, just make real Skyrim food in real life, which brings us to our future and our next project. Hopefully, this month? No,
I don't know if I can do it this month. We
were
were planning it.
Yeah. I don't know, I got pushed back for some things, but the next meal is going to be a lot more grand. So you want to go start with the
challenge.
Oh yeah,
But,
it's gonna be a good one though.
So I gotta go back to the seasonings, and this time not just Stormcloak seasoning, but I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of each. And so there's the Nord spices, which is a level 2.
Not bad.
I have to do the Stormcloak one again, and also the Imperial seasoning. So, starting out with that, and I got my new mortar and pestle, so now I can for sure make sure that I have the right spices and it's all crushed together. So I'm excited about that. And we're making baked white river salmon.
Yes, I'm really, really excited.
That's the main course, and that is Paige.
Oh, it looks so good, and I just ate.
Yeah. It's wrapped in this crispy, fluffy thing. Has leeks and carrots, and it looks so juicy.
And it's only what, 5? 1 less or 4?
It's a level 5.
Level 5. So it should be a little easier.
Yeah, it's only 2 pages long though.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
See? Not bad, right?
Oh wait. Oh,
No?
it is just 1 page.
Just 1 page?
Yeah. This is the chicken dumplings. This too.
Yeah, I don't want to try the chicken dumplings. 2 pages? No, not yet. Okay, so yes, just this. But yeah, we're gonna have to do that. And then what else did we decide on?
Oh, we're gonna do these. Yeah. So it's kind of our one of the sides.
Sajara's famous potato bread. So this is going to be kind of the side. Something different. I don't think I've had potato bread. So I'm looking forward to it.
It looks good.
And it looks yummy. I hope it's soft.
Yeah. And then what's kind of like the side that we were
The
gonna
side,
make?
I think it was the mushroom.
The rice thing, right?
Yeah, the mushroom. And so we also decided on this for the side, a mushroom and vegetable risotto. It looks juicy, and I think it'll pair very well with the salmon. And so, wish me luck.
White wine on the side, and we should be good.
And what's for dessert?
And we're not skipping out on dessert. I'm telling you, this was going to be a huge feast, so I'm really, really excited. So yeah, let's go and show them what we're going to make for dessert. Or should we save it?
Ooh, yeah, let's make it a surprise.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So watch the next video. I mean, I don't know when, but when it does.
I think it'll be sometime in June or
Yeah, I
latest
think
July when we have that 4-day weekend or 3-day weekend for Potomac. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So we'll just
We'll see.
have to see.
We'll see, but we're super excited. Again, overall, this thing is really, really awesome. I will say it's a lot more extensive than any other cookbooks, like themed cookbooks. I mean, we only have the Harry Potter one.
That one is pretty extensive too, but I've only tried the easier recipes.
Yeah.
Well, except for that cake that I made.
Yeah.
That one does take me all day.
But this one's awesome. If you guys and if you know anyone who's a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls, I think this would be a great gift for them. Or if you're the cook,
And
then
I mean,
make them.
just say, this is a gift for you, but every time you try it out, I have to be there.
Yeah.
That's the only condition.
And if you guys know of any places where I could get, I tried Etsy, but it's like pretty expensive, like $90 for 6 wooden plates, because I really want to make this next meal a little bit more authentic. So I would love any suggestions if you guys have of where I can buy like really cool, just utensils would be amazing. Those were super expensive online, the ones I found.
I have
some
a
wooden
horn.
plates. Yeah, some wooden plates. Horn cups I already found that I think I could get, not too bad. But yeah, I'm super excited for this next video, and so I'll be anxious to, I don't know, to get started on that one.
Yeah.
So I'll see you guys then.
Bye.